All right, kitties. I got cheating. I gotta move the camera. Okay, kitties. It's DLF here. I talked to my moms today about the whole thing, and here's what happened. I recorded the entire conversation I had with my moms today, and it's weird because we're gonna sit here and we're gonna pick apart everything that my mom's said in this conversation. Now, it's about an hour. It's about an hour and a half long, and there's two calls because I don't know. She had to call me back. So here's what happened. I hope you kitties can hear this. Hold on. I hope you kitties can hear this.
Hello? Yeah.
Let me turn this stuff. Hold on. Let me turn that back. I hope you kitties can hear this. Turn down the volume on the TV.
Hello? Yeah.
Actually, you know what? Hold that thought. Here's what I'll do. I'll shoot these over to my computer, and then I can amplify it through my computer. So, here's what I'll do. Hold on. Share. Okay. Go back. Share this. Share that. Okay. Okay. So now I should get my those calls right on my computer. Okay, so, and I even got another video going right now. That's just what do you call it? That's just I don't know what you call it, but it would it's editing right now. So so where am I? Okay, here we go. What's today? The 5th. Okay. So here we go. We're gonna play this out loud. Open with where is it? Where's my what is it called? MPC something? I don't know. It should. Come on, where is it? Ooh. I went out busking today, which is just a word that I use. All it is just being a street performer. Okay. So I was a street performer today. I went out downtown. I went to Canal Side. Okay, shut up for a second.
Hello? Hello?
Okay, so
Yeah.
here's.
Yeah, I'm sorry for pulling a knife on you.
Okay, so I apologize to my mom for pulling a knife on her. Oh, hold on, hold on. I'm like so disorganized right now. MPCHC. This is like my go-to media player here. Okay, so here we go. Shut up for a second.
Hello?
Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry for pulling a knife on you.
Okay, so I'm sorry for pulling a knife on you.
Mm-hmm.
Did I wake you up?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, well, I'm sorry for doing that.
Well, what made you think that that would be okay?
Well,
Okay, so here's what she asked me, why she thinks, or why I think pulling a knife on her was an okay idea.
it was because you were throwing stuff around.
Fair enough answer.
I'm not gonna lie
No.
about that.
All I did was throw your remote towards you.
She threw my, what she meant was she threw my PS4 controller across the room.
Oh, you also had the tablet in your hand ready to throw that. But whatever. Doesn't matter. I mean,
Well,
Gravy.
I don't know why you think that that's okay.
well, what explain to me, what should I have done? Just let you throw my stuff around? I mean,
I threw one thing. Let me see. You pull a knife on someone,
yeah,
and then you threaten to kill people.
like who?
I threatened, on the phone call to them, I threatened I will kill you if, I don't know, but it said, if I, before I die here, because I didn't have my electric or something.
Yeah, Dad was saying I was threatening to kill Mom. I don't know about that.
Yep. Oh, maybe you should listen to your rants.
I know I said, what I said was I said if I'd seen him at that Chinese buffet, I would have punched him in the face.
Oh, yeah, and you may have lived to talk about it too. But
then what else did I say? I don't remember what I
you
said.
said that you were going to kill Mark, you were going to kill me, and Ralph.
Oh, that was because you wouldn't let me over, and if I didn't sleep with that thing on my face, I would have died.
That's not true, and you know that.
It is true.
Hold
It's
on.
not true.
What I'm referring to is the CPAP machine. When I sleep, I have to sleep with a thing on my face. It's like a mask, and it blows air right into my face. So if I don't have that on, I'll stop breathing during the night.
Michael,
So
you
after
were
all,
in jail, and you didn't have your CPAP.
I didn't really.
She's saying that when I was in jail, okay, with Barf and with Clint, that I didn't use my CPAP while I was in jail, and I survived. Now, I really didn't even sleep in jail. I couldn't really sleep. First off, there was like a guard coming in and out at like every 10 minutes or something. That woke me up. In the jail, it was just all, like, when they come in, you could hear them from a mile away. Because they come in and it's like echo all over the place, and plus those wooden benches that are inside the cell. I tried to lay on it, and it was just, try sleeping on a wooden bench, okay?
Sleep.
Doesn't matter. You didn't die.
I didn't die because I didn't sleep. I really couldn't sleep in there.
Yes.
Well, that's not my problem.
So yeah, I mean, when I got out of jail, the first thing I did was take a really nice nap with the CPAP on.
Yeah. But what does that have to do with you pulling a knife?
It's
Why do you think that pulling a knife is? Why do you think that whatever anybody did justifies you pulling a knife? There is no court in the world that would say that you were justified. And by the way, just to let you know, when you keep saying this, whatever it is, versus Michael Constantino.
Oh, wait. Let me. This is going to be a good part in the debacle here. But I gotta get some food. Ow. Ow. Fucking hot. Okay. Hot. Ow. Ah. Okay. Hold up, peoples. Hold on, people. By the way, we have a new name for this whole. Situation here. It's called Knife Gate. So, ooh. So I hope hashtag KnifeGate will be over soon. You pulled a knife on me. Ooh. All right. So we're back.
The people of New York State versus Michael Constantino.
Yeah, that means that you're being charged with something, not that. That means that you were in the wrong.
Yeah, I know. But the rule, it's like Roe versus Wade. You're not Roe, you're not Wade, but it affects you. You know what I'm saying? It affects anybody in the country.
I don't understand where this even makes any sense.
I'm trying to explain it to you here.
I understand what you're trying to do, but your logic, there is no logic to that thought process. So you really got to stop.
It's
with that.
when I was arrested, that was actually the name of the court case. Okay, when I was arrested
Because you were wrong.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it would be Michael Constantino versus the state of New York.
Oh, the opposite.
The other way around.
But the point is that it was a ruling that was made, and the thing is that you acknowledge that I was arrested because I went down her street, right?
You were arrested because you harassed her.
Wrong, wrong, wrong. When I walked down her street, I never said a word to her. I never seen her, and I've never said a word to her walking down that street. So how can you harass somebody that's not even there? You know what I'm saying? How can I do that? You can't. I never stepped foot on her property. I just walked down her street. The same thing as what handsome Tom likes, as you kiddies like to call him. It's the same thing as what he did. He walked to my house.
Because I went past her house, I went down her street, whatever.
But that was because you were harassing her.
Wrong again. I was not harassing her. I was trying to get back to the bus stop. I had to go down her street because I was raining that day. Cats and dogs. It was pouring out. And I didn't want to walk down Niagara Falls Boulevard because I didn't want to get stopped at every single light trying to cross, and I didn't want to get splashed with big puddles walking down Niagara Falls Boulevard with all the cars and everything. It was easier just for me to go down her street and get to Sheridan Drive that way.
No, I was just walking down her street.
Of course I was.
But you knew that you did something wrong because you videotaped it.
Wrong. She's seen me. She had cameras out on her outside her house. She cameraed her house.
No, I think she had the videotape on me of me going past her house. She probably has camera up there.
Yeah, I can't tell you, and I really don't give a shit about her.
Yeah. But like I said, she said that I was going to her house when in reality I was actually just walking past. It wasn't even walking past. It was on the opposite side of the street. I never stepped foot on her property. But the thing is that the judge upheld that, okay? And now he made it so that anybody, if you walk out the door and walk down the street, anybody that sees you walk past their house can say that you're going to their house because of that ruling.
Yeah, your thought process is very convoluted, and it's not making any sense whatsoever.
Oh. How is it convoluted? Tell me, how is it convoluted? How? How does that, how is that convoluted? Answer me that. How is it convoluted? Roe versus Wade isn't convoluted. You know, by my mom's logic, the only people that should be affected by Roe versus Wade is Roe and Wade, whoever the fuck they are.
Sorry.
It kind of makes sense to me, okay?
Well, it doesn't make sense to the rest of the world. So
it's like Roe versus Wade.
Yeah.
You're not Roe, you're not Wade. I don't know who they are, but it affects everybody in the country. If that makes sense. So any of these court cases affects everybody in the country.
Yeah.
Yeah. So whatever the ruling is, it applies to everyone.
Yeah, it still doesn't make any sense. It still has no bearing on the fact that you were out of control and you pulled a knife on your mother.
Well, you want to know what? It was the same thing that a cop would have done. If you were out of control and the cops would have been there, and you were getting out,
He would have arrested you for having, first of all, an illegal knife.
My knife is not illegal, by the way.
it's not illegal.
And then, yes, it is.
Hey, I bought it off eBay.
It doesn't matter. Just because you buy a pound of crack from some guy in the street doesn't make it legal.
No, but a pound of crack from some guy in the street? No. If I tried to sell a pound of crack on eBay, what do you think would happen? eBay would probably pull the listing right away. So why isn't this guy's listings all pulled with the knife if it's so illegal?
No, but this is eBay. They won't allow illegal stuff on eBay.
Thank you!
Listen, first of all, it's over 4 fingers.
This shit again. Here's what I'm talking about with the lies, okay? I highly doubt that there's the knife length laws actually say you can't have a knife that's longer than 4 fingers. So you put your 4 fingers against the blade like that, and if the blade is longer, then it's illegal. Whose 4 fingers are we talking about? By my logic, that blade is about that size, because I got those big fat sausage fingers. Now, if you got somebody with thin fingers, I guarantee if I look up the law, and I did, it does not say anything about fingers, okay? Because that's suggestive. You know what I'm saying? One person's 4 fingers could be smaller than another person's 4 fingers. Especially if they're big fat sausage fingers like mine. Now, what the law does say is that it has to be under a certain length in inches, okay? And that length is 15 inches. I looked it up. And my switchblade, where's my switchblade? Where is it? Where is it? I don't have my prop with me, son of a bitch. Where is it? Well, y'all seen my switchblade before. My switchblade is not no fucking more than a foot, okay? It's not a foot long. 15 inches, 12 inches is a foot. Now you're going to add 3 more inches to it? I don't think so.
It's over 4 of somebody's thin, not...
No, Michael. No, Michael.
What?
But
I'm telling you right now, your logic, your story just doesn't hold water here. I'm sorry.
well, anyway, let's say that
It doesn't hold water because you don't want it to hold water.
I did have the knife on me, and you were throwing my stuff anyway. I called the police.
You punched my wall.
No, I didn't.
Wrong. I did not. Donald Trump, wrong. I did not punch your wall.
You did.
You sure about that?
Yeah.
Would I leave a big hole in it?
Nope.
No?
Alright.
You mean to tell me that I punched a wall in it when I didn't leave a big hole in it?
No, but you punched my wall.
You should have just told me to get out. But
Right. And when somebody tells you to get out, you need to leave.
okay.
I was not told to leave. I was not told to get out.
Because when somebody tells you to get out, you're no longer welcome there.
I was not told to get
I
out.
don't know what makes you think that you have the right to anything in this house.
I don't.
I really don't.
That's right. You don't have the right to anything in this house.
Eugene even was trying to talk to me. You know, that wasn't cool, Mike.
Eugene does not know the story behind what happened. He wasn't there. This whole thing, this whole knife gate bullshit, it's all about the feelings about it. You pulled a knife on your mom, blah, 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 blah. You scumbag, you pulled a knife on your mom. Okay, I did. Get over it. She was throwing my stuff. I needed to calm her ass down. End of story. Oh.
That's right.
And he was like, he says, and then he gave me this weird logic. He says, oh, she has the right to throw it because it's in your house.
That's right.
And
That's right. That's right. You have the right to destroy my property if it's in your house.
To tell him that, well, if you came here, am I allowed to just throw your stuff around? And he didn't really give me an answer.
But what does that have
And you're not giving me an answer either.
to do with you pulling a knife on me, Michael?
Enough with the fucking knife. Enough. Jesus Christ, you are out of control. I needed to calm your ass down. You got scared and put my tablet down. End of fucking story.
Because it was pretty much because I was trying to get you to put down the tablet.
Thank you.
It looked like you were about to throw it. I just didn't want my stuff broken. And you know what?
I don't want my house jacked up.
Your house wasn't jacked up.
You think that because we allow you to come in this house that you can do anything you want. You can just come
No, I don't.
in, raid the refrigerator, raid everything, plop your ass on the sofa after we.
What's wrong with that? Wait a second here. Wait a second here. I come to your house. Okay, I raid the I don't raid the refrigerator, but I get myself some pop. I get myself something to eat. Big fucking deal. And then what else did you say? Oh, I plot. That's a crime now? What, I'm not allowed to sit on the couch anymore? What's next? I'm not allowed to pet your cats anymore? You think that you think that that's a problem? I can't pet your cats? What the fuck is this?
After we went through all that hassle of getting your stuff straightened out, you know, your father told you to have your stuff ready, and then all of a sudden you start flipping out because it has to be on all one page. I don't know what the fuck that was all about.
That's what they told me we had to do.
Oh.
Listen, I was.
You need medication, my
I was.
Medication. Oh, you mean that shit that the psychiatrist gives me, and then I can't, I feel all fucking stupid on the side effects? You mean that shit that the fucking psychiatrist pushes on me, and then he doesn't even give it to me properly? He just fucking, oh, here's a fucking script for 30 days. he has no rhyme or reason of how to diagnose me. It's just, oh, I think you have this. Here's some bullshit to get you through it. What the fuck kind of doctor is that? Imagine if you went to the doctor. Excuse me for a second. I gotta turn on night vision here. Where is it? There we go. Imagine for a second if you went to a doctor and a doctor sat there and said, "Oh, I think you have cancer." Okay? So we're going to do chemotherapy just in case you might have cancer.
I was just very, very stressed out that day.
Michael,
What?
that is no excuse.
Hey,
Okay. In order to properly diagnose a mental illness, which, by the way, Asperger's is not a mental illness, it's not an illness at all, okay? It's a different type of thinking process, okay? That's what Asperger's syndrome is, okay? It's not a disease, it's not a fucking disorder, okay? It's something that I'm born with. It's something that I'm going to be living with the rest of my life. Think of it this way. Okay? Everybody, like most people in this world, this is how I was told. Most people in this world, their brains work on Windows, okay? Windows like Microsoft. People with Asperger's, their brains work on Linux, okay? Now, there's nothing wrong with either or. It's just a different way of doing something. That's what Asperger's is, okay?
Okay, first off, I was stressed out. 2, I had to listen to all kinds of crap going on between you, Dad, the TV, the radio, and it overwhelms me. Like, I can't listen.
I'm aware of that. I'm aware of that, and I agree.
Yeah, I can't listen to like 5 things at once.
And neither
I'm
can
trying
I.
to focus on one thing. So that got me going. Thing with Mark got me going when he came over.
Mark is a scumbag, okay? Mark is a fucking scumbag, okay? End of story with him.
Okay?
You know what?
What?
Funny thing is, he's more welcome here than you are.
A fucking liar and a fucking criminal is more welcome in their house than me. I fucking hate Mark.
Okay.
Mark is a fucking terrorist, okay? Oh my god, let me go into detail with him. Benderson Development is a fucking terrorist organization, okay? They are pro-Israel, and they are a fucking terrorist organization. Fuck. And you support this idiot. You support this idiot. Okay? Benderson Development is a terrorist organization.
But, you know, I actually caught him in another lie the other day.
Of course I did. Let's catch everybody in a lie. Because that's all that man does is lie. He should be running for fucking president. He lies so much. Okay? Why isn't Mark on the fucking ballot? I trust Hillary more than I trust fucking Mark.
Dad's over there.
Why do you care?
I do care.
I care because you support a fucking criminal, liar, terrorist, okay? Like I said before, his family's better off without him.
Because it shows that he does nothing but lie.
Okay, so what do you care if Mark lies?
Because he calls me a liar, and yet
Because you are a liar.
so is he.
But what does it have to do? Let's go back to the original thing. What does it have to do with
Fucking deflecting again. I already said I'm sorry about pulling the knife on her. How many times are we gonna go back and forth to this bullshit?
on the knife?
It really doesn't. It was just accumulation of everything that was going on. You like, I don't know if you know this about me, but whenever somebody accuses me of something,
Whenever somebody accuses me of something, whenever somebody calls me a liar, that really does bother me. Like that, like I can go from happy to like fucking insanely angry if somebody accuses me of something that I didn't do. Okay? And so they were accusing me of not doing this thing with the electric company 3 months ago.
I made up the whole thing. And
You told him that you did that.
Okay. Mark, my uncle, accused me of making up. There's a couple of years ago. I was on my way to work. I was living in South Buffalo, and I went outside. I was about to go to work, and at the corner of my street where the bus stop is, I found like a printout that somebody taped to what do you call it? A electric pole, I guess you'd call it. It says, "We are watching you, Water Buffalo." And it was funny because a couple days before all that was going on, a few days before I found that, I was going to work and everything, and I noticed there was another thing that was taped to that pole, and it was a flyer for some show at the Rockin' Buffalo Saloon. It was right on that pole. And the Rockin' Buffalo is the same place that Patrick Angel Pahan and who else was there? Brian Butch Hewlin and I forget the other guy. Fish. What's his? I forget the. I know his name is something Fish or something. Larry Fish, I think his name is. He's the one that was walking toward me, like he was about to pull a knife on me. He was walking toward me in a very menacing way. I think his name was Larry Fish, but don't quote me on that. I went to this thing. It was called the Metal Market or something. Pretty much just a big yard. Pretty much just like a flea market, I guess, put inside of like a little bar, and I went in there, and Patrick Angel Pahan made me go outside. He's like, "You're not like flaunting his shit all over the place." It was like he didn't even he wasn't even running the thing. He was pretty much like a scab promoter of it. And by that I mean, you know how like when people go on strike and then the company hires non-union workers to work for them while the strike is going on, that they're called scabs. And what it is Patrick Angel Pajan was working what do you call it? He was like the scab promoter, because what did what's his name, Brian Patterson? What did he say? When you're a promoter, you rent the bar. You rent the bar for a night, and then you get to make the decisions on who comes and does it. Patrick Angel Pajan never rented that bar. He was acting on behalf of somebody else, okay? Because he was not the promoter, okay? So, because whoever was renting it at the time didn't want to deal with me, they just had Patrick Angel Pajan come out and fucking, what do you call it, menace me for like 10 minutes. And what I found at the corner was a flyer for a show at that bar. And then I kept going out because I had to go to work, you know, so I had to go back out to the bus stop like almost every night. And I went out there one night, that flyer was gone, and that printout that says "We are watching you, Water Buffalo" was in its place. So I don't know who did it, but whatever.
So that you can move.
Okay. And my uncle thinks that I made up this whole thing. And of course, like I said, I don't like when people make up shit about me, or when people accuse me of shit that I didn't do. That just pisses me right off. I mean, you want to get on my bad side, that's what you do, okay? That's why I was so fucking hard on Clint. Because, like I said, it wasn't just the Jaffa thing. It was him calling me a fucking pedophile, accusing me of stealing Tony Lorenzo's guitar. Speaking of Tony Lorenzo, I need to do a tribute for Tony Lorenzo one of these days. Okay? Yeah, I know. It's gonna. I keep having this thought on my head that I'm gonna do this big tribute for him, and I never get around to it. So maybe tomorrow or something, I'll do the tribute to Tony Lorenzo video. Okay?
I didn't say that. Now.
And I guess now my Uncle Mark is saying that I made up that whole thing at the corner with the I am watching Water Buffalo thing. I made that up as a way to get me out of South Buffalo. Which, by the way, is fucking stupid. I could have just moved anyway, you know? Why'd I have to make up a whole excuse?
That's what he's making up now. I never said that.
Once again, it has nothing to do with the task at hand, which is you pulled a knife on your mother.
Yeah. And, you know, I'm sorry for doing that. But I think everything about that, I think it's more of the feelings. You know what I'm saying? It's more like you pull a knife on your mother. But you don't sit there and think about what actually happened. I mean, if it, like I said, if I didn't have the knife and you were throwing stuff around and I called the police and you were throwing stuff around in front of the police, what do you think would happen? They would pull a gun out.
They would remove you from my house.
just to clarify what she's saying. She gets out of control. She starts throwing my shit around. I call the police. So the police arrest me. Like, what the fuck? I'm not even doing anything. I'm getting my shit broken, and now you're gonna arrest me for what? What are the charges here?
If you were throwing stuff around?
Yes, it's my house.
It's your house, you can die in there, okay? How's that sound? Your house, then you can die in that house.
I don't know about that.
And that's not a death threat either.
And people are saying that I should call the police and let them handle it, but you know what? I didn't want them coming in to your house because
There would be no reason.
I didn't want them shooting a dog or a cat.
Yeah, they're not going to shoot the dog.
But they do that.
You never heard of a police officer shooting a dog during a raid? What the fuck is this shit? You never heard of a police officer doing a raid and then shooting a dog. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if they're attacking. That's what they do. Because first off, the dog barking, I know that your dog doesn't bark, but the dog gets overly friendly, okay? But like bigger dogs and shit, they bark. So they have to shoot the dog in order to stop him from barking. Okay, that's what they do. It's because they get distracted by the barking, okay? Little dogs, Chewy's gonna run up to the police officer and, I don't know, try to like hump their leg or something. Officer's gonna come out and go, and, you know, now you have Chewy guts all over your fucking carpet. You know, because that dog is being a distraction to them. Okay? That's what they do.
Michael,
Well,
the fact still remains that you were out of control,
it was.
and
I was a little out of control. I was, you know.
Fine.
It
a
was,
little, you pulled a knife on your mother.
regardless of that.
Are we still on this? I pulled a knife on my mother. Now, she just admitted that she threw around my property, my PlayStation 4 controller. Okay? She just admitted to that. She won't acknowledge that if she was at my house, that and I started throwing around her stuff, what is she gonna do? Huh? What is she gonna do? By her logic, if she comes to my house, I have free reign to throw her shit around. I have every. By her logic, she comes over, she brings her purse. I have every right to go through her purse and steal all of her fucking money. You know? That's her logic.
Okay?
No, there's no regardless of that.
If you know, I just can't have anybody throw my stuff around. That's the bottom line. I don't care what it is.
Well, I don't want people punching my walls.
I did not punch your fucking wall.
No, fair enough. And I just don't.
I mean,
I can't. What?
Who has more rights to this house than me?
Probably you and Dad. Yeah.
You can tell that I was biting my fucking lip this entire conversation. you can tell that I was ready to fucking snap on the phone, but I kept it together.
That's right. You're here at will.
Yeah. Yeah, I understand that.
Yeah.
And
Which means you could be tossed out on your ear at any second.
yeah, I understand.
I gotta call you right back.
Yeah. Right.
Oh, there goes my eBay. Whoa. Bright light. Ooh. Hold on. There's another call, too. Alright. Okay. You ready? You kitties ready for the other one? Let's do this.
Hello?
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright.
So my mom calls me back about a minute and a half later. Okay.
Now, what were you saying?
I said, who has more of a right to, if I wanna break every piece of furniture in this house,
Yeah. You probably the one that did that.
absolutely. If you wanna break every piece of furniture in this house, do you have the right to do that? Absolutely not.
No,
No.
I agree with that. If I want to break every piece of furniture in my house, I have every right to do that. Wait a minute. What the fuck just happened?
But, you know, if I,
So, this all started because you still have not learned after all these years how to handle stress.
You know what? That's probably the most true statement that she has said in this whole thing.
probably right. I mean, it doesn't help either when I'm trying to take care of something and I'm listening like 5 different things go on.
But you weren't taking care of anything. I took care of everything for you.
No you didn't. Okay? This would have been done 3 months ago had they just checked their fucking fax machine over at National Grid. I didn't ask for your help. All I asked for was to spend the night there, and that was it. You took it upon yourself to go in and fax everything over and do this and do that. All I asked for was just to stay there for the night so that I can use the electric for the CPAP machine. So don't give me that, oh, you're being taken care of or whatever. I asked for one simple thing, I got a whole big mess.
Yeah.
And what did I get in return? I got a nice blow at me.
They shit with the knife. They shit with the fucking knife. I don't know when she's gonna end up. I don't know when she's gonna learn that when you're out of control, okay, you gotta do what you gotta do in order to diffuse a situation, okay? When I was going to school, okay, now like I told you people about my high school life. Now, when I was going to school, okay, what did they do when you got out of control? they would tackle you to the ground and hold you in place. They would do a fucking like a wrestler style hold on you until you calm your ass down. Now, I'm not going to do that because I don't know how to do that. But I had a knife with me at the time because I carry that knife pretty much anywhere I go. It's for my protection and, you know, like in case like a mugger or something wants to fuck with me, or in case Tom Treelor or the Barf or Clint, that crew wants to accost me or whatever, I have something to protect myself. Now, this 4-finger, 3-finger, it's too long bullshit. You know, I could sit there and say, oh, I could be like, it makes no sense what you're saying with the 3-finger, 4-finger thing. Was that like an industry standard unit of measurement? What is it like when you got some guy when you're doing like roofing, let's say, and you have to use a measuring tape? What are you gonna just say? Oh, fuck it, we get rid of the measuring tape. You know, just fucking measure it. Oh, that's 4 fingers long or something like that. That's not gonna cut it. That's not gonna cut it, okay? No. And the law is not gonna cut it where it says, oh, you can't have a blade that's 4 fingers long. It's ridiculous, because everybody's fingers are different. You got mine with my big fat fucking sausage fingers, and then you probably got yours with your little thin fingers. You know? So what are you saying? It's like, it all depends on who measures that knife with their finger, you know? I don't know. You get the big fat fucking sausage fingers to measure it, and it'll be 4 inches or 4 fingers long. You get fucking slender, slim fingers over there, and it'll be longer than that. It's not an industry standard term, okay?
No, I don't know. But it's like, I can't concentrate when I'm having 5 different things going on at once.
I am aware of that. I understand what your disease process.
Asperger's syndrome is not a disease. Compassion, not a cure.
This is. I'm the first one to admit it. I understand. I cannot hear when the TV's going and the radio's going and I can only hear one thing at a time.
Yeah.
And as I was just told now, the TV was going because you still were on your ass instead of turning off your video games.
I don't remember that.
Well, he told you, I'm going in the shower. When I get out of the shower, be ready.
Yeah.
Okay.
And when he got out of the shower, you were still sitting on your ass playing video games.
Exactly.
And you didn't have, all of a sudden, that's when you pop up and say, well, I got to have these things made copies of. Well, what the fuck were you doing all that time?
I had a panic attack, okay? Just like you had a panic attack right before you had to go to work that one day and you couldn't find the right color scrunchie. And you started getting out of control because you couldn't find a certain scrunchie for work. And you started getting out of control. And, you know, it's just shit that doesn't matter, you know?
You were sitting there playing video games.
Ooh, big
and I'm not
deal.
just talking that morning. I'm talking the night before.
Yeah.
You knew what you had to do.
I didn't
And
know.
I
knew what I had to do. I just didn't know what was actually done until I'd seen it. And I said, it needs to be on one page.
No, they didn't have to be all on one page, as you saw.
Okay.
So you made problems where there was no need for problems.
I was really stressed out. Like,
Everything was taken care of for you.
The thing is, and then on top of all that, like I said, I don't like when people call me a liar or like accuse me of doing stuff I didn't do. Okay? And
No, neither do I. And I don't like having a knife put to me.
You had the knife put to you because you are a danger to yourself and others.
and when Dad says, "Oh, this should..."
One of these days, you think you're big and bad. You know, had you come any closer to me, your father would have knocked the living shit out of you.
Why? Why? Big girl can't take care of her own self. Let's get the big boy out for her.
Yeah.
And don't think that because you got a knife, you know, that you're big and bad.
I don't think that.
And why do you carry a knife anyhow?
Can I carry it for protection?
And what protection is that going to give you when somebody comes up on you and takes it away and stabs your ass with it?
I carried a knife. I carried pepper spray.
What good is it going to do if you don't know how to... Michael, I don't know what you think, but, you know, you're not that fast.
Yeah. I keep it with me, one, for protection. Two, I keep it with me because, like, if I need something, you know, like I was bringing it to work so I can cut out boxes at work. Because their blade over there sucks. So.
What are you talking about at work? You don't work.
When I was working in Tonawanda, cleaning that thing, that fair place, because their blade sucked over there.
It did.
To cut up the boxes.
Okay.
So I pretty much bought the knife for protection, and then I just used it for the boxes. It was good for cutting up boxes.
That's not my point. My point is that you use it for protection. You don't even know how to use it.
What do you mean?
Excuse me a second. What do you mean I don't know how to use the knife? What do you mean by that? I don't even know how to use that knife. What does that even mean? she's not making any sense. How else do you use a knife? How else? Oh, by the way. Where is it? Where is my knife anyway? I just seen it here. You're telling me I don't know how to use a knife. Come on, I just see my knife here. Where'd it go? You're telling me I don't know how to use a knife. This is golden. Pretty much you're telling me that I'm too dumb for a knife. That is so a Mark statement. Okay. That is so a Mark statement. Let's go.
I could have easily taken that knife away from you.
Okay.
Yeah.
And stabbed you before you even realized I took the knife away from you.
Well, when I was holding it like that?
Yeah.
She. Who the fuck does she think she is? Fucking E-Manny here? By the way, I found out E-Manny is a woman now. I guess. That's what Eugene told me.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, I do know.
He's like one of those Bruce Jenner types now.
More of a scare thing than anything.
It's more of a scare thing than anything. That's what I just said. No, it's more like, you fuck with me, you're getting stabbed type of thing.
Well, you didn't scare me.
I didn't scare you, but Mark said that I did scare you. And I got that recorded as well.
You pissed me off.
You pissed me off. But it got you to drop my tablet pretty quick.
No. But I mean, it was that, and then it was the whole thing with Dad and you saying stuff like, "Oh, you didn't do this 3 months ago," and you kept saying it over. And it was like, I did do it, and they just didn't get it.
I did fax over everything from that for that power company 3 months ago, okay? And they never got it for some reason.
They just didn't get the fax 3 months ago, and you were saying it like I was, being lazy about it 3 months ago. When I was going back and forth to that library to go get this fax.
I didn't see my mom or dad going back and forth to the library for like a week trying to get this shit faxed over.
And I was paying all kinds of money to get it back. And I had to send it over like 3 times.
Are you all right?
Hello?
What'd you do?
I guess my mom was yelling over to my dad or something. I don't know what my dad was doing. But she's like, "You alright?"
Yeah, try not to fall.
Okay.
Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I
It's
said,
always putting in the electric in the bathroom.
What the fuck does that mean? Putting in the electric in the bathroom. They already have electric in the bathroom.
yeah. So I was going back and forth to that library like 3-4 times. And it cost me all kinds of money to send that over, too. To get that faxed over. Like, every time it would go, I would try to send it, a lot of times it'll just be busy. And then I would have to pay more money to try to send it again. And then finally it came back and said it went through. And then at that point, I thought it was all taken care of. Because I didn't know if they had to come out or not, but the electric was on. I thought they would just have to switch names on their side, you know. I didn't really realize that they had to come out and do something just to get it turned on in my name, because they didn't have to do that at Lovejoy. Like, the electric was already on, and all they had to do was just switch numbers around or whatever, or switch names around. No one had to come out here. Then all of a sudden my power goes off. I get a shut-off notice, and that's when I started, you know, then that's when I found out they didn't even get it. And, you know, when me and Dad went down to that place to fax it over, a couple hours later, they called me back and said, oh, we got everything except for these 3 things or whatever. So, and then I actually learned later on that we didn't have to go and fax that. All we had to do was go down to the local National Grid office and hand everything in down there. They would still have to fax it to wherever, but at least they were faxing it and they were paying for the faxes or whatever. You know, I don't know how it works. We could have just went down there. So actually what happened was, after everything happened that one day, Don was actually over here. I talked to him in the hallway, and I told him what happened with the electric, and he goes outside, and he breaks into the thing out there, and he turns on my electric.
Yeah, and that's the other thing too. On YouTube, you blew Don in for
I know what. I didn't say his name. I didn't say his name.
Yeah, but still, you with your big mouth.
Doesn't matter. No one's in trouble. Electric's on. Everything's good.
But anyway, it doesn't matter because they didn't. Let's do. I was already in the system. All they had to do was come in and flip a switch. That's all they had to do. And it wasn't like I was trying to steal electric or anything out there. It was just that I was.
But you weren't.
Not really. I was already on the system. As soon as they called me, all they had to do was just come out here, and it'd be fine. He just did it before they came out, and I didn't get in trouble or anything for it.
Now, what was I gonna say? I forget what I was gonna say about that whole thing. The electric was turned on. I was already approved to get the electric turned on, okay, the next day. We already had a schedule. It was like 8 to 4 or something the next day. I get my electric turned on the night before. So pretty much what I did was I did National Grid's work. Okay, pretty much. So all they had to do was come out and flip a friggin' switch, and put a gray lock on the meter.
So, and whatever. But it's done. It's taken care of. I got power. But as for I'm sorry. You think I was happy about doing that? You think
Pulling a knife.
You guys happy about pulling a knife on you? No. I'm not happy about it. I'm not proud of it.
No, you should be very much ashamed of it.
No, I'm not proud of it. It's like, do I want to really do that? I bought the thing for protection, you know? I don't, you know, it's like, it's up.
What I was gonna say was, I bought the thing for protection, okay, and I bought it just in case people want to screw at me. You know, Barf, Clint, whoever. Okay. I did not realize that the very first time I had to use it would have been on my mom. Okay. Do you think I'm happy about this? Do you think I'm happy about doing this? No. And
That you have just in case. Like, you buy, it's like a fire extinguisher, you know? You buy a fire extinguisher, and you hope you don't have to use it, you know what I'm saying?
But you did use it.
my mom doesn't get the point here. You buy a fire extinguisher, and you hope that you never have to use that fire extinguisher. Because if you have to use the fire extinguisher, that means you're using it because there's a fire. You do not want a fire, okay? It's the same thing with a knife to protect myself. Hey, I don't want to use it. I don't want to be in the situation to have to use it on someone. But I feel more safe with it. You know, if I have to use it, I'm gonna use it. Does that make any sense? You know? It's like a gun, you know? If you buy a gun like to protect yourself, your house, you don't want to use that gun. You know, you don't want to, you know, even if it's somebody breaking into the house, you know, you really don't want to shoot that person. But you have really no choice, you know? If you want to protect your house, then that's what you gotta do. I should be going for my gun license, though.
But you know,
That's my point.
I know.
That is my point. And so you expect me to trust you in here now? Is that what you're saying?
I don't know. That's up to you.
It's up to you, yeah.
Well, I think that you should not come around here.
Agreed.
I don't know, but it's like it was the whole thing, like everything going on at once. The tablet thing happened.
Well, that was, you know, that was a mistake that your father made, and you know what? He didn't know that you had the thing, you know, inside. Who puts that kind of stuff inside laundry?
Who just takes a laundry bag and turns it over and haphazardly just fucking puts everything in the wash like that?
Well, because I had.
Especially when you had a full backpack.
Also, what is this whole thing where I don't get this either. What is this whole thing where the wash has to be done as soon as possible and as quick as possible? What is this bullshit that this wash has to be done the minute I walk into the house? You could have waited until I got back. If you didn't want to, okay, I get it. You don't want to touch my dirty, filthy underwear. Okay, I get it. You could have just waited the 5 minutes for me to get back to your house. Okay, you couldn't have waited. Then they get on my case. Oh, you didn't answer the phone. How the fuck am I supposed to answer my phone when my phone is dead? Do you not understand that a phone needs to be charged? My phone was not charged. Okay? Now, he could. This is the whole. This is a reoccurring. What do you call it? A reoccurring situation here. When I go over there to do wash, I don't get it. It's like he's like, oh, that wash has to be done immediately. You need to sit on that washer, and you gotta, as soon as it's off, you need to put your clothes in the dryer, and you have to put the wash on the quickest setting possible, and you gotta put the dryer on that quickest setting possible. You know, I don't get it. I don't get it. Like, oh, and any bitches, oh, you got the fucking washer on 72 minutes when it should be on 34 or something like that. I don't know. What's the big friggin' hurry? And he's like, it has to be on cold water because I don't want to raise the gas. Welcome to my world.
The backpack was, it was full. It was a full backpack. A lot of stuff in that backpack, too. But, I mean...
If you just notice, I was being sarcastic. She's like, who puts a tablet in the laundry bag when you have a full backpack? And when she meant that, she meant like a full empty backpack or something. But there was actually a lot of shit in that backpack as well.
All you have to do is just take everything out.
And I noticed he took out his friggin' pork chops that I had in my laundry bag too. He made sure he didn't miss those.
And put it in the laundry room.
Michael, he tried to help you out.
I know.
And yes, he...
This is another bullshit I have to put up with. You have to listen to her talk. Then you have to then you gotta try to listen to him yelling to me through the background. Like, everybody has to have their 2 cents in. You know what I'm saying?
He may have put it into the laundry. Okay.
He did.
But yes, he did. Okay, we agree on that.
Yeah.
But he didn't do it maliciously.
No, he didn't.
I admit that he did. It was an accident. Okay, I'll give him that. But it was an accident that could have been prevented. You know? I don't know why he has to do everything so nigger. Okay? He everything has to be so haphazard. Like my mom used to say, he nigger rigs everything. Then you wonder. Oh, wait.
You know, as soon as you figure it out.
Then you wonder why I'm racist now. You know, there was some, like, when I was growing up, I never liked that word, N-word. Okay? And what was it? My counselor that I had from school, she was telling me, oh, well, anything, what did she say? It was all because I was listening to that, I was listening to death metal or something. I was telling her, like, what music I liked, and, you know, I'm into, like, all that heavy metal and shit, and she was like, well, that's not good music for a young boy, because, you know, whatever you, was she saying, you're gonna start, what do you call it, when you keep hearing the same thing over and over and over again, you think that is a right thing to believe. And back then I was like, well, you know, like I was listening to like Cannibal Corpse and shit while I was in high school, and you know their lyrics. And my social worker at school was always like, well, you know, you might become violent in the future because you're listening to that violent music. You know, when you hear the same thing over and over and over again, you become you think that it's a good thing or whatever she said. And I laughed at her back then, but I think about it now and I'm like, you know what? You're right. However, it did not happen with the music. Back then, back in school, I was like fucking Gandhi with the racism. Like I was like, you can't say the word black because like you can't even say like Black Sabbath. You know, you gotta say whatever. I don't know. You gotta say. The big thing was one of those Sabbaths. You know, you can't say black people. You gotta say one of those people. Okay. Or like I would say like, this was back like maybe 2000 as well. Like you can't say that's a black we call it, that's a black crayon. No, you gotta say that's an African American crayon or something, you know. And we were like, African American is not a color; it's black. Then I said, oh, did you guys say? Can you get me one of those crayons? Or like I'll try to be nonchalant about it. I'll be like, okay, I want that marker, and I'll just point to the black one or something. But you know, listening to my parents say that my dad nigger rigs everything or whatever he says, I started believing that word was okay, you know. So my social worker was right, but she wasn't right about me learning about the music, you know, because I'm into a lot of death metal and everything, a lot of lyrics about killing. I never got into the killing thing. Okay, whatever. So she was wrong about that, but what she didn't realize was it was still true what she said for something else, you know. So, yeah.
That's where it was.
Yeah.
It just automatically.
What I'm trying to say about that was she thought that by me listening to all this metal, okay, that was talking about killing and everything, that I would learn from that and I would be influenced by that. But what happened was I wasn't influenced by that to behave like that. I was influenced by my parents by saying nigger rig, oh, don't nigger lip that cigarette or whatever, you know. So that's what I'm saying. I'm not racist though. But I think that is like the best word ever invented now. Okay?
You automatically, I had to pull it out, and I had to put it into the rice. Now the problem was that it was so filled with water that the rice didn't work.
It doesn't work either.
But normally, if something gets damp, the rice will pull it out.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's right. Brian said that you should have put it in the rice for about a week.
A week?
Yeah.
No.
But because you can't wait,
I didn't know there was a whole week.
Well, and the only reason why I know that worked is because I dropped my
Here we go, and she doesn't even finish this story either.
pager the one time in the toilet.
Yeah.
And because it wasn't mine, it was my my works, I had to dry it out, and I put it on the. As I was driving, I had it on my my dashboard.
Yeah.
Hang on a minute. What do you need? Your big one? Oh, that's not good. All those little flashlights are upstairs, next to my bed.
Hi, Gravy.
Hello?
Yeah, I was just talking to your father. You know,
Yeah.
give me a break here. You know, I still can't get over the fact that you somehow believe that was okay.
I don't think it's okay.
She didn't even finish the story about the pager, okay? It just right to the fucking knife thing once again.
I don't think it's
But
okay.
in that moment, you thought it was okay.
Dude, it was something, I thought it was to diffuse a situation.
You thought it was to diffuse the situation by pulling a knife. Dude, you're not making good choices.
It's like when a cop pulls a gun on somebody to get them to cooperate. And that's what I was thinking.
Hands in the air. Her hands in the air or I'll shoot. That's the cops right there.
Along the lines of.
Yeah, well, that didn't work.
Or like when a cop or somebody's coming after a cop and they shoot him in the leg, like that.
Yeah, well, that's not. It does not diffuse the situation whatsoever.
It doesn't? You shoot at someone in the leg, they go down, then they handcuff them. You know, end of story.
Or like when
I think my mom just likes to say that I don't make sense just because she doesn't want me to make sense. Okay? I think my mom just says that a lot of times. Or she'll just say something like, "Oh, that's not true," but you know what? She just doesn't want it to be true. You know what I'm saying?
you see on these shows where
Hey, listen to me, okay? What the fuck is the difference between me pulling a knife on you and Mark punching Scott right in the face to defuse a situation? What the fuck is the difference between that? I do not understand. Mark did more damage. He probably killed some. We're not gonna make a joke about Scott right now, but Mark punched Scott right in the face and knocked him out. How is that any different than me pulling a knife on you to defuse a situation?
where somebody's waving a gun around in public, and you got the police on top of the roof with a rifle, and then they shoot the gun out of the guy's hand.
Yeah, Eugene.
Yeah, well, that's TV. You cannot.
It was
Are you having a difficult time,
no, it's
differentiating, fantasy from reality?
Fantasy from reality. It was a reality show. It was like, I don't even know what show it was now. It was like World's Outrageous Police Videos or something like that. Or something like that. And that's what happened. It was this hostage situation. It was real. Somebody filmed this hostage situation, and that's what happened. They shot the gun out of the guy's hand. What am I gonna say? It's fake? Well, it obviously looked real. You know, it wasn't like that the Law and Order bullshit that you watch, where everything's fake. Okay, it was actually real police footage, I guess. You know, you're the one that thinks that Law and Order is real. Okay. You actually told me the one time you thought Law and Order was real. Okay? So who has the hard time differentiating between fantasy and reality here?
No,
Ow. By the way, Law and Order is not real. Ice-T is not a cop, okay?
it was one of those, like, with reality cop shows or whatever.
Well, you know what? I think you need to go back to counseling.
It was like, I guess, a hostage standoff or something that they filmed.
Right, but I think you need to go back to counseling.
They
You go back to counseling. And do what? And what are they going to do for me? You know, counseling, what? I'm going to have to work around my work schedule. Like, if I get a job, they're not going to just want me, counseling's not going to be just like, oh, you come in, I'm not going to work my work schedule around counseling. Counseling's going to have to work around my work schedule.
they won't let me back.
Who won't let you back?
They won't take me back. Which kind of services?
Why not?
They said I don't need it. Well, you know
Yes, you do.
You know what it was. What happened with them was I told them, I was like, you know, I'm trying to find a job here. I'm trying to get my stuff together here, and I'm coming into counseling, and this isn't really working. I'd rather just go out and get a job. And then they wanted me to work my job schedule around counseling, and I said, no, the job comes first. And
Right.
they you know, it was like if I wanted to see the shrink,
Well, then I think you need to go find a different counselor.
it's like if I wanted to go see the shrink, I have to go see the shrink on their schedule.
Well, you don't see a shrink.
And if I
Michael?
What?
Michael, you don't see a shrink.
No, I don't.
Oh, what the fuck just happened? I told her that they wanted me to see a shrink, but I told them no, because I would have to see the shrink on his schedule. And like I said, my work comes first.
But they were trying to get me to see a shrink.
I think you should. I think you need some kind of medication with...
Medication bullshit. Like I said before, psychiatry is a quack science. It's pseudoscience. Okay? It's fake medicine. Okay? A psychiatrist does not know how to diagnose anything. Okay? So, in order to diagnose certain mental illnesses, okay, the correct way, okay, not the shrink way, I would need to have a CAT scan done. I would have to have excuse me, MRIs done and all that other jazz, okay? Actually, I think it's just a CAT scan or something. But a psychiatrist is like, sits me down 5 minutes. Oh, well, I know everything that's about you now. Here's a script for all this bullshit that's going, and it's going to make you not be able to get a boner, and you know, and all this other bullshit. Like, I don't want it. Because you do, like I said before, if I go into an actual doctor and they start saying, oh, I think you have cancer. Okay. So we're going to do tests. Oh, no. I just think you have cancer. You need to go into chemo right away. I'm like, what kind of fucking doctor is this, you know? Aren't you gonna at least, like, do tests? No. We figured that out 5 minutes after I just looked at you. And answered some questions. You have a headache? Well, it's probably a brain tumor and you need to do chemo. You know, that's the way I see a psychiatrist as. And, by the way, it's not about me having the mental illness or not. Have you ever thought of maybe I get this way because I'm stuck? Like, have you ever thought that I might be this way because of you? Well, think about this for a second, okay? Now, I talk loud. Okay, I don't deny that. I was told I talk loud. There's a difference between me talking loud, like just normal, and me screaming because I'm fucking angry, okay? There's a big difference between that, by the way. Right now, I'm talking loud, okay? And I'm aware of it. I'm aware of it right now. Most of the time, I'm not aware of it because this is just the way I talk. But right now, I'm putting a conscious effort into realizing that I'm talking loud, and I can't do that all the time, okay? I realize that I do talk loud. That's just the way I talk, okay? And this, right now, this is just me talking, okay? Now, there's a difference between me talking loud like this, okay? And me fucking screaming, oh! You know? And of course, yeah, that was an exaggeration. That was just me doing that to show, you know. So my point is that, have you ever thought that it was you that's making me the way that I am? Whenever, and I know I'm talking loud, okay? But there's been times where I'm just talking like this. It's loud because that's the volume of my voice. And my dad would be like, Mike, why you angry yelling at? Like, I'm not angry. And he keeps saying it, and like, I'm not angry. And then they just keep, and then that's when I do get angry. Sometimes I feel that he does stuff just to get me angry. I don't know if that's true or not. I'm not sure. Okay? But I'm not exactly sure if that's true or not. But I'm just saying that here's the thing. When I got, let me say this here. When my electric was turned off, okay? I wasn't mad at all, okay? I wasn't mad about it. I called you up, and I was already outside, okay? I was already outside when I was calling you, so for some reason my phone sounds, I guess you can't really hear me on my phone. I can't really hear outside either. So yeah, I do talk a little louder outside. And I guess it could be sounding like it's angry, but you should know me by now that I do speak loud, okay? It's just the way that I am. If I try to speak softly or lower or whatever, I can't stand it. Like, to me, I can't really, I don't like the whispering. Like, I can't take it. Like, there's just something about somebody going right up to your ear and whispering that just puts my, it makes the hair on my neck stand up, you know? It's like somebody told me that I should start listening to this asthma bullshit to calm down. What that is, it's where people do these videos where they speak, like, whisper right into the camera, and like, I tried listening to it, and like, I just couldn't listen to it. Like, it really did bother me. It's so, like, it really did that. It's called like ASMR or something. It stands for something. Somebody told me I should listen to it, and it's supposed to calm me down. But I listened to it, and it's like, I turned it off like immediately because I just couldn't stand it. Okay, like, I just couldn't. Like, I just felt like real tense, like, cause like, I just couldn't listen to it. People that talk low like that, that's how they sound to me, okay? So, what I'm saying is, outside, I talk louder because I can't hear, okay? And it could be because I'm getting, it might be because I'm being, like, starting to lose hearing or whatever. But it's like, or there's like sometimes where I'll be in a car with Dad, and, you know, I'm just thinking about something really hard, and he's like, "What's the matter?" I'm like, "Nothing." He's like, "Come on, you're quiet." I'm like, "Dude, I'm just fucking, you know, I'm just trying to, like, I'm just trying to think about something, you know, or this whole thing. Like, I can be just, like, tired, you know, I could just be tired one day, and it's like, sometimes I don't feel like talking, you know. You know, it doesn't mean that I'm angry at everybody, or whatever. Or like, sometimes he'll think I made a face at him or something, and it's like, no, I didn't even make a face. And that's what happens. That's like how I get angry, is because it's like egging me on, you know, and I fall for it every time. But I'm telling you, if it's something that we both have to work on. It's not all my thing, okay?
Or it's, no,
Something to chill you out?
no, I don't do that.
Well, you know what? One of these days, a judge is going to say, you know, you need medication.
Well, let that time come, but
A judge will say, he wouldn't say I need medication. A judge will say that I need to see a psychiatrist. And the psychiatrist at that point will recommend something. The judge is not going to prescribe me medication. No.
not poisoning my body with crap. You know?
Oh, instead you'd rather poison your body with tons of sugar.
Tons of sugar that you purchase and keep in the house. Okay? There's no reason that you have to have cases upon cases upon cases of pop in the house over actual food. Okay? So don't give me that, okay? I have not had any pop since the last time I was over there, which was when I pulled a knife on you. I have not had a can of pop since. I don't drink pop here, okay? I don't really buy pop. Once in a while, maybe, but I don't drink it every day. The only times I really drink it is at your house.
And, you know, Michael, you just don't make any sense.
I don't like the way those medications make me feel. I'm sorry. I don't like.
No, I don't like the way the medications make me feel. Oh, and by the way, you tell people that I'm on drugs.
You are.
Yes, I am.
At least that's the first. That's the other. That's the second thing that she's honest about here.
Do I say that? No, I think Scott said
Yes.
that.
No, you said that.
When did I say that though?
What drugs did I say you're on? Smoking pot?
You didn't say which ones.
This is my face.
But you know what?
When did I say that?
Yes, I am. I am on drugs. You said it on your YouTube thing.
I don't remember that. Maybe I gotta look at that again.
And the reason why I'm on drugs is because I had 2 major surgeries within 5 days.
Okay. I understand that.
And I have a broken bone that goes from hip to hip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I understand that.
So
I don't.
makes you think that you can tell people these things?
I don't remember saying that.
Well, because you were in such a rage that you just kind of like you're kind of like one of those alcoholics that passes out and doesn't remember what they did.
No, it's not that. It's just that sometimes I don't remember specifically what I said. Like I found my found my old blog recently, and I'm like, I don't remember any of this.
My old blob. That's what it sounded like I said.
I don't remember some of what I said. It's just because of
Well, because you were totally off the wall then.
No, because it was like 15 years ago. Okay. It was 15 years ago. I don't remember what I said. I don't know. I don't have. I don't remember every little detail that happened. I don't remember every single little thing. And I think that there's actually a science behind that. You ever hear of like parallel universes? I know this is gonna sound a little nutty, but like people like Stephen Hawking and those kind of people, they believe that there's parallel universes, and sometimes they kind of like swap, if you know what I mean. Okay? Sometimes they switch over, and that's sometimes why you don't remember something that happened, okay? Because it's not just like a bad memory or anything. What Stephen Hawking and those kind of people think is because somewhere along the line, you don't even realize it, you swap dimensions, and what happened in one dimension didn't happen in another, or something like that. And a good case of this is if you ever heard of the children's book, the Berenstain Bears, okay? How do you think that's spelled? Berenstain, like it's... Actually, it's supposed to be like Berenstain, like it's Frankenstein, you know? With the S-T-E-I-N. But, you know how it's actually spelled? It's spelled like Berenstain Bears. And it's not just me, it's not just anybody else. A whole bunch of people have come forward and said, I thought it was Berenstain Bears. I remember it specifically as Berenstain Bears. Not Berenstain Bears. Berenstain Bears, okay? And people sit there and say that, okay? Oh, I remember it as Berenstain Bears, not Berenstain Bears, you know? And what people think is, there's two parallel universes. One universe, they spell it Berenstain, and the other universe is spelled Berenstein. And people in the Berenstein universe ended up trapped. You probably don't even realize it, but people would cross dimensions into the Berenstain universe, and now they're like, what the fuck? I remember it as Berenstein, you know? So, that could be a possibility as well, okay? I don't remember some of the stuff that I write because I didn't write it in my own dimension. There could have been a parallel universe. Like, for example, like I was looking on my old blogs, right? Now, I've never been, like, homophobic or anything like that, okay? And I was looking through my old blogs, and I was saying some real homophobic shit. And it was like, I don't even remember saying that kind of shit. You know? And I'm thinking it's like, okay, there may have been a parallel universe where I was homophobic and another one where I wasn't, and I'm from the one where I wasn't, and I ended up crossing somehow into the... And then I look into my old blogs and I see all this homophobic bullshit. I'm like, what the fuck? I don't even remember writing this. You know? So that's what I'm trying to say here. And this isn't something that's crazy talk. This is something that Stephen Hawking, like one of the most the smartest men in the world, Albert Einstein, Stephen Hawking, Albert Einstein, who else? Neil deGrasse Tyson, people like that. They like the great science minds and shit. You know, I don't really understand it myself, but put it into layman's terms like that, that's the gist of it, you know?
No, it wasn't because, it was just because of time and everything else. Like, I forget what I say. I forget what I said, 10 minutes ago or whatever. I don't know.
It might not be me forgetting, you know? Like I said, parallel universes.
It's like, I don't
So
want,
what do you think that I should be doing with you then? What do you think?
I don't know. What do you want to do? I think you should forgive me if they don't leave. I mean,
I think she should forgive me because her and my dad are Catholic, which means that they are required by the Bible to forgive me for my past transgressions. That's what Jesus would do.
I mean, that's the bottom line. I just can't have you, Mark, Dad. I can't have anybody sit there and throw my stuff around.
And I can't have anybody punching my walls.
Okay, fine.
I never punch a wall. Actually, I take that back. I could have punched your wall in a parallel universe.
Or threatening to kill anybody.
Well, I came after
I admit I did that.
everything. I
Doesn't matter.
threatened Dad because I was gonna die if I wasn't on the.
No, you weren't.
And in fact, I was actually ready to go sleep in the garage overnight, just because the garage had electric in it.
Well, let me give you some information here.
Well,
You are not going to die if you don't have your CPAP machine.
that's not what they told me.
Who told you?
Well, whoever gave it to me.
Yeah, no one would tell you that. So, because it's not the truth.
I don't know. I mean,
You're saying that something is not the truth? Oh my God. And she's been sitting here lying this entire time, and she's preaching truth.
You're rewriting history.
I don't want to find.
Oh, I'm rewriting history here. I'm rewriting history here. How many times has she rewritten history? Well, we'll find out here.
Doubt. But
I'm telling you, because there's no oxygen in it.
no.
So?
But it opens up your airways so I don't choke to death or whatever it is. Because like I could stop breathing in the middle of the night.
No, you can't. No,
No, I can't.
you do not have central apnea.
Central apnea. Is that even a diagnosis? We'll find that out soon enough. Central apnea. Let's look that up. Oh, what's going on? Well, it seems like it is. Hold on. It seems like it is a Hold on. It seems like it is an actual diagnosis here. Let's see what it is, though. Central. What is central sleep apnea? Okay. Truth number 3 here. She is right about the central apnea. I just looked it up. I didn't actually think that was a real thing. But it is.
No, I have sleep apnea.
Right. Only if you had central apnea would you stop breathing.
And what's that?
That's where your brain forgets to tell you to breathe.
Yeah.
She is
I guess
right
what
about
I
that.
have is, what, the wind pump or whatever gets blocked or something. I don't know.
No, your big fat tongue falls back and then chokes you up.
Something like
But
that.
you will always wake up before you choke to death.
Oh, yeah, maybe. I probably just wouldn't.
Not to mention, you were in jail and didn't need it.
I
I was in jail and didn't need it. Come on. You gotta keep bringing jail up. I didn't sleep in jail. I think I might have tried, but I couldn't.
I didn't sleep in jail.
I'm sure you slept at some point.
And plus I was having whoever was running the jail come in and out and check on me like every 10 minutes. So
Fine.
if they see me dead, then I would have, something would have been done, but,
But the truth of the matter is that you would not have died without the machine.
I don't know. I probably just
No, I'm telling you.
wouldn't have gotten a good sleep.
But you would not have died.
Okay. But yeah,
So-
I was under a lot of stress that day. My thing got
Oh, I'm sure you were.
I was when my electric got cut off.
But I fixed it for you.
Yeah, okay. And then it wasn't even that, and then my tablet, and then just having to listen to all kinds of stuff go on at once. Mark coming,
And I'm aware of that.
I had to look at Mark for 10 minutes.
No, that's a lie.
What do you mean?
That's a lie. I didn't have to look at his ugly ass for 10 minutes.
He didn't come over?
That you had to look at him for 10 minutes.
Well,
You
however,
couldn't keep your ass in. It had you stay in the living room. He wasn't coming in. He was just coming to pick up something. That's it. He didn't want to see you. But no, you had to get your beacon on everything, and whatever stress that you had, you brought it upon yourself.
and then later that night,
Am I right or am I right?
You're right. Later that night, you were talking to Mark, and I don't want him to know what I do.
Well, here's the thing. Sometimes Mark can see things. Shut up. Sometimes Mark can see things that I overlook. or he knows something that I don't know. And he has
Yes, ESP. Go on, say it.
he has a better handle on ways to fix things.
I don't want him fixing anything of mine.
That's the bottom line right there.
No.
Well, I'm sorry. That's the way it is.
That's the way it is. I don't want his help, okay? He needs to just leave me alone, okay? I don't want my business forwarded to Mark, okay? What if I just started telling all your business to Scott? How would that make you feel?
Get over it. If you don't
Get over it. That
want Mark to know your stuff, well then don't tell me.
So pretty much she can't be trusted to just listen. She has to go and run her mouth to Big Daddy Mark over there. She has to go run her big fat gob over there. Like, why does she have to run her yap to Mark every 2 seconds? I'm telling you, this relationship between her and Mark is toxic.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Because I will tell him whatever I want to tell him.
Remember what she just said. In fact, let me rewind that so that you kiddies can hear exactly what she just said.
Well, I'm sorry. That's the way it is. Get over it. If you don't want Mark to know your stuff, well then don't tell me.
Listen what she says again.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Because I will tell him whatever I want to tell him.
Let's listen to it one more time.
Sorry, that's the way it is. Get over it. If you don't want Mark to know your stuff, well then don't tell me.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Because I will tell him whatever I want to tell him.
And let's listen to what she said one more time.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Because I will tell him whatever I want to tell him.
You want me to play it again? Now let's play it again.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Because I will tell him whatever I want to tell him.
Just in case. Oh, they want that. You know,
You don't want Mark
just in case you didn't hear it again.
to know your stuff, well then don't tell me.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Because I will tell him whatever I want to tell him. Well then don't tell me.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Because I will tell him whatever I want to tell him.
I will tell him whatever I want to tell him. Let's go.
Okay. So and then I
It's
just
my house.
yeah. But I don't want him pulling a Clooney on me. That's what I'm trying to say here. I don't want him.
Let me explain something about when I say pulling a Clooney. Okay. my uncle thinks that the reason I won't talk to him. Okay, let me explain something here. I don't like it's a long story. Somehow my uncle thinks that my hair looks like George Clooney's hair. Somehow. Does my hair look like George Clooney's hair? I never understood it. But regardless, he's always like touching my hair and shit, and it's like, whatever. And he's always like, oh, okay, like you're Clooney. Like, I don't get it. I don't have. I wish I had George Clooney's hair. George Clooney is hot. Well, I'm not gay, but you know what I'm saying. He's considered a very good-looking man, okay? And I'm considered a very ugly-looking man. So with that said, I wish I had George Clooney's hair. So my uncle thinks that the reason I won't talk to him is because he touched my hair. Okay? No, I won't talk to him because he's a lying son of a bitch. And he pretty much accused me of making up the story about finding we are watching you water buffalo thing on the pole at the corner. He said that I was making that up. And you know me, I don't like when people accuse me of shit that I didn't do. Okay? So he's going around telling everyone, oh, that's not what happened. It's because I just touched this Clooney, and he's saying he's going around. Of course, it's a lie, but he's making it sound like I don't want to talk to him for like some really ridiculous reason like that. So the thing is that the term Clooney in our definition here, I made it up. Clooney, the whole Clooney thing, I made it up so that now it's not just the hair, it's not just the actor. It's now kind of the word Clooney now means, and it's just between me, him, and everyone else involved. The word Clooney now means it's something that is made up in order to distract from another situation to, like he's trying to distract the fact that he's telling me that I made up this thing at the corner. He's trying to distract from the fact that he's telling me that I have every right to go down Barf's street or to go to our Target or whatever. He's trying to cover all that up by saying, oh, he's just mad because I touched this Clooney. So now I took the term Clooney and I repurposed it, and now it just means anything that is used as a distraction from the actual truth, okay? And I gotta take a leak real quick, so I'll be right back. So that's what a Clooney is. Okay, it's not just hair. It's not just an actor anymore. This is actually something a little bit bigger than that. It is now a term that I made up. I made it up, yeah. And it just means anything that's a distraction from what's really going on here. So, let's just go on, okay? It's like anything that is made up to make me look ridiculous. You know what I'm saying?
Making up stuff about me.
Yeah.
No one made up stuff about you.
Listen. Was it? That day I pulled a knife on you, I went home, I called Mark, okay? Because he's the only person you'll listen to. So I did
Not
that.
really.
So I did that, and I caught him in another lie, okay? And here's what happened. He told me he'd never see me at the Chinese buffet.
That's true. He didn't.
He didn't.
I made it up.
I made it up. My mom just admitted to it. But listen to this.
But you didn't make it up.
Yes, I did.
No, you
He
didn't.
told me he saw you outside. Don't tell me what I know what I said.
No. Don't cover for him, okay?
Listen to me.
Here's what happened though. You don't remember. You don't realize what you said when you told me that he see me at the Chinese buffet. You told me that you told me that he see me there and that he see me eat 3 plates of this and 3 plates of that. I went to the
Yeah,
doctor.
because, Michael,
What?
I know what you eat with.
How does she know that? She's never been to a Chinese buffet with me.
When you go places. You don't. I can tell you without a doubt what you eat when you go places. I am not covering for him. I don't have to.
The point is that
He told me he saw you outside, and I said, "Oh, he must have went to the buffet because, why would he go to the dollar store? Go all the way over there to go to the dollar store."
yeah, I was at the dollar store.
I said, plus, he's been known to walk there because when you went to go get your hair cut, you went from Mary's house to the dollar store, or to the Chinese buffet,
Yeah.
and you walked.
Yeah. I walked from my
He
apartment.
didn't.
What's that have to do with anything? Why does me walking there have anything to do with this?
Take it up. I did.
But
He
you,
gave me just a little bit of information,
You
and I
did.
ran with it.
you knew exactly what I ate there.
Michael, you eat the same thing every time you go.
How does she know? She's never been to a Chinese buffet with me. She won't eat at Chinese buffets.
Okay, well, I don't know why that had to be made up. I don't know why.
Michael, you don't understand when people are kidding with you. You don't you don't understand sarcasm. You don't understand when people mess with you.
It's like I know it sounds stupid. Oh, he's lying that he's eating at a Chinese buffet. What a big deal, But it kind of is. You know why? Because it shows that it's not about just lying to get ahead. It's just lying because he likes to lie. You know what I'm saying?
Michael, he didn't. I did.
Why would she lie about that then? No, seriously, think about this. Think about this. It's not about lying because it's getting ahead. It's about lying because you like to lie. You know, like you get something out of it. Like some people, they'll lie if like they're backed into a corner or something, and there's no way out of there. Okay, but other people will lie just because they like to lie.
Now, what would have happened if I didn't actually go to that Chinese buffet?
Well, then you would have said, well, I wasn't at the buffet.
What if I wanted to go to like the Tops or something over there?
I seriously doubt that you would have walked to Tops over there.
Why? I've done it before.
Yeah. But it's like what it's like I don't get why you would just make that up when it's not even like
Because I was messing with you.
I don't know. It's a weird thing. It's like I got to double think what people say. Now it's ridiculous.
You got what?
I got to double think what people are telling me now. I don't know what's right and what's wrong. I don't know who's telling the.
I made it up. He told me he saw you.
He said he see me at the dollar store. Yeah.
No, he said he saw you outside the dollar store.
Yeah.
And I said, no, he was at the Chinese buffet. He said, well, I didn't see him in there.
Yeah. That was after I ate there, by the way.
Well, that's what I'm saying. All he did was give me a little bit of information, and I ran with it.
So admitting that you're lying now, and I don't even know if this is true or not still.
Why? But I don't get it. Why you couldn't just say, "Oh, he seen you outside the dollar store."
No, because I wanted to mess with you.
Story of my life.
It's like he has a history of this, though.
Michael,
What?
I wanted to mess with you.
Oh.
That's why I told you that.
Yeah. You don't mess with me anymore. And then
Oh, I don't.
And then I wouldn't have to have a double thought about, you know, because it's not something that, you know, you're lying about to like get ahead. It's just something that it's lying because you want to lie. It's not like you're getting.
No, Michael, I was messing with you.
It's like when Mark, because I told him, I was like, you know, you're a worse alcoholic than Scott.
Michael,
What?
I was messing with you.
Yeah. Okay. I get that.
My Uncle Scott, which is Mark's brother, goes through, I don't know, a box of wine. I think it was like every 2 days or something like that. I forget the amount. My Uncle Mark goes through 3 bottles of Jack Daniels a night, okay? Like these bottles here. He goes like through 3 of them a night. And my mom says, oh, he doesn't do that. He doesn't do that. He wouldn't be working if he was doing that. He wouldn't be able to get to work every single night every single day, I should say, if he was doing that. Well, that's what you call a functioning alcoholic.
But I was also saying.
No, you don't, because you're still going on about it.
Yeah.
By the way, I believe Jack Daniels is a lot worse than wine. So, and I'm sure a box of wine every 2 days or whatever is still not as much as 3 bottles of Jack Daniels a night. He goes through 3 bottles throughout the entire night, every single night.
But, hey there. But
I was petting Gravy at the
I
time.
mean, what exactly did I say to Mark when I threatened to kill him?
You threatened to kill him.
Like, what did I say I would do?
Why don't you go back and listen to your YouTube thing?
Yeah.
And by the way, people see you on that YouTube in your underwear.
Yeah.
That is so disgusting.
Why?
I gotta hear him in the background now.
I can't even hear what he's saying, my dad. I think he says something about, oh, if a 13-year-old girl sees your videos, you would be arrested for flashing them or some bullshit like that. I think that's what he was saying.
This is what I'm talking about. I think he was listening to 3 different things.
No, you don't.
I'm listening to Dad go off now.
He's not going off. He just said.
He's not going off. Why do I hear him bitching in the background?
Something that's very true.
What's that?
That you know, if you show something on the internet,
Yeah.
then
This is another tactic that my mom uses. Okay, when she's trying to explain something, she'll get distracted, and then she'll come back and just never explain what she was trying to explain before.
and it turns out that somebody forwards it.
Okay.
That means then. Oh man.
More fucking distractions. Can't even finish what she was gonna say.
Baby.
It could be misconstrued as, well, let's put it this way. If I wanted to have you arrested right now, I could have you arrested.
No.
Where did this come from? You know, it's like she thinks she's gonna make a big point, then all of a sudden she just gets distracted by something, and then when she comes back to it, she's like, "All right, let's pull out the knife thing again." You know, I want to know what would happen if somebody whatever the fuck she was telling me about my YouTube video about me being in my underwear. Like, what the fuck are you trying to get at here? I think what she was trying to say is, if I put that video out, it's a weird fucking logic too. If I put my video of me in my underwear on YouTube, and somebody forwards it to a little girl or something, then I can be charged with, sending porno to kids or something like that. Some weird logic right here. It's that the person that forwarded it to them anyway. Makes no sense, really. And she can't even, say that, so she's, about to say it, but then she's like, oh, wait a minute. What's going on here? And it's like, she gets distracted by something, and then she comes back and she's like, so, why do you think it's appropriate you pulled a knife on me?
And for what?
For threatening my life.
Okay. When I pulled a knife on you? Come on.
No, just for threatening my life, that you said that you were going to kill me.
Yeah.
I agree.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, what was that?
You know, you keep wondering why people won't hire you. It's because the first thing people do when they go to hire somebody is they look on the internet.
All right, Juicy.
And all they have to do is put your name into Google.
Okay.
So they put your name into Google, and what comes up?
Probably
All this bullshit, and then it says that you're saying that you're gonna, kill your mother,
okay.
And then you wonder why people won't hire.
Kill your mother! Sorry, I had to get that out.
And then that bullshit that you pulled with Roswell,
What
you
bullshit?
could have had a good job there.
Oh, let me explain this one real quick.
They won't hire me.
Let me just let myself do the talking here.
Anyway.
Why?
No diploma. By the way.
Well, I thought that girl was working with you
no.
to get your diploma.
No, she called me back the other day. She said I have to go get a GED now. They don't have diploma. They don't have my diploma at all. I technically did not graduate. I technically did not graduate. So I took all those harder classes for nothing.
Well, then you did.
And then if I
Got
go
you out of jail.
Yeah, well,
Kept me out of jail. I went twice.
if I go and take a GED now I gotta take the Common Core GED crap now, which I don't get at all. I have to take all that weird math and everything, where 2 plus 2 doesn't equal 4, it equals 10 minus 6 or whatever. I don't know. Whatever they want to pull on me, I don't know. Ridiculous, I know. Well, it was like with Roswell, they wouldn't hire me because I didn't have a diploma. They needed my diploma for some reason.
Or your transcripts from college.
Something like that. I mean, that would have been a good job, but you know what? They wanted all kinds of tests done on me, and that was the other thing too. They wanted all kinds of this and that done on me. I was like, okay, I get it, because you don't want me coming in there with tuberculosis or whatever. But
But what it is they want to make sure that you don't have it, so that if something happens and all of a sudden you come down with tuberculosis, they know that you caught it there.
Okay.
First off, isn't tuberculosis like one of those eradicated diseases? No one gets that anymore. Plus, Roswell. Why won't you test everybody at the door for tuberculosis then? If it's such a problem that you're going to give all these people with cancer with immunosuppressed systems tuberculosis, why Why aren't you testing all the visitors at the door every single time they come in? Why is it only employees?
It's a state health rule.
Yeah. But then again, they're not testing everybody that comes through that building.
No, just the employees.
I don't know why that is. I mean,
Because
I can give tuberculosis to anybody. Anybody can get it that comes through that building. Technically, you know.
well, all I know is that
You know.
all I know is that you're off on a tangent again. So now the important stuff, you know, you think you could just sweep it under the rug. It still comes out that you had no right.
Here we go.
You have no right to ever raise a hand to me,
I did.
Okay.
especially in my own home.
Yeah.
Go on, say it.
I did tell Mark. I remember now. I told Mark that if he ever throws my stuff around, I'll pull a knife on him as well.
Yeah, and he'll knock you out.
I do remember I told him that. And you know what? I wasn't actually, to be honest, I wasn't actually gonna use the knife on you.
But that's not the point, Michael. That's how accidents happen.
Yeah.
You know, you don't mean to do it, but, you know, you slipped.
Okay, she's got a point there.
Yeah.
You know, and, you know, the next thing you know, you know, I got a knife in my chest, or wherever.
You got a knife in the girls.
Yeah.
You know,
But
you need to go back to counseling. You need to go back to counseling.
Yeah.
I don't care where you go someplace else.
I'll go see Greg Oldfield again.
Greg Oldfield. Now that's going way back. Let me explain who Greg Oldfield is, okay? Greg Oldfield, is that even his name? I know it was Oldfield something. Greg Oldfield was a psychiatrist. He was like a therapist that I used to go see back in the day when I was really young. Let me just say this. This was back. I remember seeing this guy, and I remember seeing this guy. This was back when like Aladdin came out in movie theaters. Okay, so you gotta think about that era, because it was. I remember going and seeing him and telling him that I went to go see Aladdin and I liked it. Okay? So, this was back then, okay? This was back when Aladdin just came out. And it was the big thing, you know. So, this Greg Oldfield guy, he was a shrink. I don't know if he's even still alive or what, but what happened was, I was going to see him, okay, and the guy had a Nintendo, an NES in his office, okay, like where you would go and meet him and everything else, and have counseling. He had a Nintendo, the NES system. He had Super Mario Brothers and all that shit in his friggin' office, okay. And that was therapy. We would sit there and we would play fucking Super Mario Brothers. We would play fucking video games, okay? The guy never prescribed me medicine, okay? He probably never prescribed me any kind of stupid fucking meds, okay? And my mom found out that he was playing video games, you know, during counseling or whatever, and she fucking took me, she fucking fired him. She's like, oh, you can't come see this guy anymore. But then again, it was like, that man was probably one of the best psychiatrists, psychologists, whatever you want to call him, probably one of the best you could probably think of. Okay? He was kind of like a visionary, okay? If that makes sense. He was kind of a visionary in this, you know, he was kind of like ahead of his time. You know what I'm saying? And my mom just couldn't see that. He was like, well, if he's not going to prescribe you fucking all kinds of weird fucking pills, then he's useless. You know? You know, but I think the guy was a genius. I think he was a visionary. He was ahead of his time. Okay? Greg Oldfield, look him up. I think that was his name. I think his name was Greg. I know his last name was Oldfield or something, but I can't remember the first name. I think it was Greg Oldfield or something like that. Okay? Look him up. He was a genius. Okay? Say the least. He was a fucking genius.
Whatever. But
Sit there and play video games with him.
whatever. But you need to go to counseling.
Okay.
Because you cannot handle anything that's stressful.
Maybe that's true. Maybe I do. But the thing is
You
that
can't handle ordinary, everyday stress.
maybe I don't. But the thing is that
No, there's no maybe to it. You can't.
I really can't handle stress, especially, you know, because the power's off. Especially because I live my life through like the computer and video games and everything else.
Well, you know what? You should be out looking for a job.
I can't look for a job without the computer being on.
That's not true. You seem to have found your way downtown to the library and all that other stuff.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's true. I could probably go to the library and do it.
You know, you sound like Scott when you say that kind of shit.
Sound like Scott.
Yeah. But I mean, it's like that. You don't know what I'm doing, you know? Because
I know exactly what you're doing. I can see just by those videos the shape of your apartment.
Oh, God. Here we go. My mom thinks that me having a clean apartment is the most important thing I can ever do. She perseverates on me having a clean place. Okay? She perseverates. She just perseverates on your house is your house, you have to tell you like that. You know? Perseverate.
but
I can see that you live like a pig.
Yeah, who
But-
cares? I live the way I live, okay? Don't tell other people, don't tell other people how to live their life. If you learn something from Mark, that's the one thing that you should have learned. You do not tell people how to live their life. The fuck is he talking about?
Yeah,
What happened?
he's trying to put the electric in.
Oh. But it's like you said earlier in this conversation, that you're going to tell Mark everything that I do.
That's not what I said.
What did you say? You said,
Don't put words in my mouth.
what did you say then about that then?
I said, if I'm going to tell Mark whatever I want to say, I'm going to tell whoever I want.
Okay, so what she's saying is she's just gonna blab whatever the fuck she wants to Mark, you know, and you know, I don't want her forwarding everything that I do to Mark. You know why? I'll tell you why I don't. And it's not because I don't like him. Because I do not live my life to sit there and, you know, impress Mark, okay? Just because he has money, okay, doesn't mean that he gets to run the whole show here. I'm the only person that will stand up to Mark, okay? Everyone else is just so mesmerized by his big dollars, and you know, he's like the Donald Trump of the family. He's like a combination between Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump. Like, all the bad shit about Trump and all the bad shit about Hillary is just mashed together, and bam, you got Mark. And you know what? You go, like I said before, he should be running for president because he lies so much. Okay? And he should be running for president because he's supporting a terrorist organization. Henderson Development is a terrorist organization.
That's what I mean.
Whatever I want.
Yeah. So,
Whoa. Okay. Under that logic, then, you say you want, under that logic, you will tell, you will say whatever you want to say to Mark. That's fine. Then I get to say whatever I want to say to the people of YouTube. So don't bitch when I sit there and say that you're on drugs or whatever. Don't bitch when you see a video of mine on YouTube that's talking about you. You want to sit there and run your mouth to Mark? That's fine. I don't care. But I don't want to hear it when, oh, he's saying shit about me on YouTube. You know, because I will tell YouTube, I will tell my subscribers whatever I want to tell them.
you said if you don't want me, Mark knowing something, don't tell you.
That's right.
Okay. So then I guess I just keep everything a secret. I don't know.
There you go.
And it's like for the longest time I have been doing that.
Yeah.
Like when I took that girl out for to the Pearl Street Brewery or whatever, the Pearl Street Bar and Grill or whatever downtown. I didn't tell my parents I went on that date with that girl. In fact, the only person that really knows is Scott, and I didn't even really tell him. The only reason, let me explain something to you. Back maybe, I don't know, I think maybe March of this year, I think it was. I met some girl on, I think, Plenty of Fish or something like that. And we went out, we hung out. I took her on a date. I went there. Me and her, we went to Pearl Street. It was a Pearl Street bar and grill or something. And, what was it? I didn't tell a soul about it, okay? I didn't tell my mom, I didn't tell my dad, I didn't tell Mark, I didn't even tell Scott. But Scott found out. Here's why he found out. Because I was actually going to meet this girl, and Scott was on the bus. Scott just happened to get on the bus the same time I was going. He just happened to be on that bus. I was like, oh, great. And he comes up to me and says, what are you doing? I said, I don't want to talk about it. And he's like, leave me alone right now. He's like, oh, what's going on? I said, all right, you promised not to tell my mom. You promised not to tell Mark about this. I'm going to meet some girl, okay? So, and he's like, oh, okay. And of course, he had to follow me to where this girl was. She was, I was like, fucking embarrassing, okay? Let's go. I just want to take this girl to the fucking restaurant, and we're gonna eat. And, she never talked to me again after that. I don't know why. Probably because of Scott's fucking weirdness. I don't know. But the point is, I didn't tell anybody because I didn't want Mark knowing. Okay? And I've been on like 3 or 4 job interviews these past week, and I've not told a soul about it. And I'm not telling you where I had the job interviews because I don't want Mark knowing. Okay? That's the bottom line. If you're gonna tell him everything, I just don't bring it up. Okay? He does not need to know. Why does he need to know all of this? You might as well tell everybody in the neighborhood. Tell the whole fucking family. Why does Mark need to know everything that goes on? What the fuck? He does not need to know everything.
Like, I've been trying to get a job here and there. I went on a couple interviews this past week. I'm not going to say where.
I don't care.
Good, don't care.
Did you get my smokes? Okay.
All she cares about the
I'm
fucking
not gonna say where,
cigarettes.
'cause I don't want Mark finding out.
I don't give a shit.
I don't need him coming down my throat about my job.
I don't want to talk about Mark. Hold on a minute.
What?
Okay. And the other thing too
Yeah.
is that you can't be yelling like you did on that video in that apartment.
Okay.
Because Don will kick you out.
Yeah.
And then what will you do? You're not coming to live here.
No.
And we're done, picking up the tab for stuff.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure if Mark had to have you pick up the tab for something, you would do it in a heartbeat. In fact, you'd make everyone pool their money together to pick up the tab for Mark.
like I said, I'm sorry for the knife on you, okay?
How many times are we gonna say this?
I'm sorry. I don't want to do it anymore.
Well, then that knife's got to go.
No, it doesn't. How about you say I punched a wall? How about that wall has to go? That's your logic here.
No, I'm going to keep the knife because it's going to be, I'm going to use it like if somebody messes with me on the street or something.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And like I said, it's 100% illegal.
Show me the fucking law then.
Well, I'd rather get charged with something than be dead on the street, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So, and then, you know, if it turns out to be self-defense, you know, it'll probably be dropped anyway. You know what I'm saying?
No, you will still be charged with possession of
Charged, not convicted.
a weapon.
And does it really matter if that knife saves my life? I'd rather be in jail than be dead.
Yeah, I don't know. But, you know, I bought it on eBay, and it's legal. I bought it. You can't sell illegal items on eBay. You know?
Your reasoning is just so
You can't buy illegal items, or you can't sell illegal items on eBay. Why is my reasoning flawed on that? She says that shit because she doesn't want my reasoning not to be flawed. You know what I'm saying? If I were to sit there and sell something that was illegal, okay, on eBay, eBay would pull the listing, okay?
are out there, Michael, that you're just what makes sense.
Why?
Because just because you bought something on eBay doesn't make it legal.
It actually does. It means that the item is legal because eBay didn't pull it, okay? If it was illegal, eBay would have pulled it. Like, I can't just sell a pound of weed, like she said, on eBay. Or a pound of crack, or whatever it was. If I sat there and I had pictures of my fucking pound of crack, and I had I had a whole description, oh, you are bidding on a pound of crack cocaine. Buyer to pay shipping, happy bidding, or whatever. My listing would be pulled within minutes. Okay? I'd probably have my eBay suspended from that. Okay? But this guy that was selling knives had a bunch of them. And he had a bunch of knives, he had a bunch of different ones too. He had longer ones, okay? He had big army knives. He had swords and everything else. So, I don't know where she's getting off and saying, this knife's illegal. Listen.
Then how is this person selling all kinds of these knives on eBay and not?
I don't know. I'm not the warden. I don't. What the fuck do I know?
Okay.
All I know is that you cannot carry something like that.
Okay.
I'm sorry. That's the way it is. It's illegal.
And he's not even selling just those knives. He's selling bigger knives than that.
Michael, Michael, I don't care what anybody else does. Because I'm not going to have to go and bail that guy out.
Okay.
And your father just said he's never bailing you out again.
Okay. Well,
I'm sure if Mark needed to be bailed out, you'd be fucking pulling out. You'd be pulling everybody's money together to get precious Mark out of jail.
what I'll do. Okay. Send me something that says that knife is illegal.
Michael, you.
Why is that a big deal to her? She's making a claim that my knife is illegal. The burden of proof lies with her. I should not have to lift a finger to look this up. She made up the claim that my knife was illegal. Okay? Now she has the burden of proof to prove that that knife is illegal.
Yeah.
Listen to what she says she's gonna do to prove it. Listen.
No, you have no reason to demand anything.
Well, I want to know if this.
You're in the wrong.
I want to know if this thing is actually illegal. So I want to see the.
You are in the wrong.
I want to see the law.
I'm in the wrong. I'm in the wrong for confirming her lies again.
It's illegal. What's wrong with that?
Look it up.
No, I'm not gonna look it up. The burden of proof lies with the accuser.
Okay.
Yeah, look it up.
I'll look it up.
But of course I did look it up. And it said nothing about it being 4 fingers. And it had nothing. It actually said it can't be double-edged. My knife is not double-edged. And what else? It can't be double-edged, and it can't be more than 15 inches or something like that.
But, you know, I don't even know how long that blade is. I think it goes by, I think it's just under.
No, it's not just under.
I mean, the whole 4 fingers thing, I think that, I don't know, that's a weird measurement, you know what I'm saying?
It's not an industry standard unit of measure, okay?
That's how it goes.
Because I got those big sausage fingers.
Michael, I'm tired of this conversation.
What is it? Why?
I'll look it up.
Every time I prove her wrong, she gets pissed off.
Oh, New York State knife length laws. Knife length laws. Alright, where is it? Nothing. Okay.
Oh,
It says 15 to 18 inches is illegal.
Right. Now measure from the handle to the tip.
Yeah, it's a lot less than that.
No. 15 to 18 inches? No, Michael.
Yeah,
obviously, she doesn't know how to measure now.
because 12 inches is a foot. That thing is not a foot long.
Michael,
It's not, and that's what I'm talking about with the lying too.
Yeah, see? More lies. Everything's a lie coming out of her mouth. I don't know what's true or not anymore. Her and Mark, they need to run for president because that's all they do is lie.
Michael, what? I'm looking at the law. It says it can't be under 50. It can't be over 15 inches. I'm looking at it.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what. We're gonna take it down to a police station.
What the fuck? Why do you want to take me to the police station? We gotta hear this one.
They don't make the law there. So
What's your point?
no police station.
Why? Because you know they'll take it away from you.
No.
Actually, they can't take it away from me unless they have a warrant.
No. You want to do it the right way? You take me down to a courthouse in front of a judge and do it.
Or you could just take me to a lawyer. I mean, they would know the law better than a police officer because a police officer doesn't have to take a bar exam to become a police officer. In fact, you know what? Mary has better qualifications to know this than a police officer will ever know. Because Mary had to go through all kinds of training. She had to go through more training than a police officer to do hair, okay? So, I think, what is it? Police officers have to go through like 6 weeks of training or something like that. And to be a hairdresser, you have to go through like 2 years of training. So, okay, so it's different type of training, but hairdressers have to go through more training than a police officer, okay? Now, a police officer doesn't have to take the bar exam. You can ask Anthony that one, okay? You can ask Anthony about that, okay? Ask him if he's ever taken a bar exam to become a police officer, okay? Police officers do not know the law, okay? You want to know the truth? You want to make this accurate? Go ask a fucking lawyer, okay? Because a lawyer has to go and take the bar exam.
Michael, you're giving me a headache arguing with you because
You're giving me a headache.
getting nowhere. It still comes out that you pulled a knife on me
Oh, here we go.
for no reason.
For no reason now? I pulled a knife on her for no reason? Okay, that's just funny. So, what you're saying here is that you were just sitting on the couch watching your stories or whatever on TV, and all of a sudden, I walk up to it and go, "Tsk." And that's that? No. Now you're rewriting history here.
And you put all that shit on the internet?
I talked about what happened, yes.
And I'm supposed to sit back and take it.
No comment.
No. You're not supposed to like me pulling a knife on you.
And that's right. I didn't like me pulling a knife on her either.
Okay?
Yeah.
And I told you I'm sorry for that.
And I really am sorry for that.
Okay? I told you I'm sorry for that. I regret it.
So what are you going to do about it now that you know? What are you going to do differently?
What do you mean? What am I going to do differently? You're acting like you were just sitting around on your chair watching TV, and then all of a sudden I was like, and I pulled the knife out on you. That's how you're acting. You're not taking responsibility for egging me on, calling me a liar. You're not taking responsibility for throwing my shit across the room. You're not taking responsibility for any of that. No, instead, oh, I'm just sitting on my chair and he just came up, pulled a knife on me for no reason.
Not pull a knife on you again.
Alright, so I agreed I'm not going to pull a knife on you anymore. So, next time, here's what I'm going to do. I'll tell you what I'm going to do, okay? Next time I'm at your house and you take my shit and you throw it across the room, I'm going to say, fuck it. You can do whatever the fuck you want. In fact, throw everything that I own across the room. That way when I do call the police and you're out of control, it'll actually help my case. Okay? That's what I'm going to start doing. I'm going to start letting you, I'm going to allow you to throw my shit across the room. And I hope it breaks some of it. That way I could build a case against this. It'll help my case, okay? I'm just sitting there and you're throwing shit across the room and the police come in and see you throwing shit across the room, getting violent, and I'm just saying, oh, like, I don't know what the fuck she's on, but whatever it is making her fucking loopy, you know? I don't know, but all I know is that this here's broke and that here's broke, and, you know, it needs to be replaced. And that's that. So, no more pulling a knife on you, Mom. I'm not going to do it anymore. I was in the wrong. I admit it. And next time, what I'm going to do, I'm going to let you throw my shit across the room, okay? Then I'm going to call the police and have them deal with it, okay? Then I could take you to small claims court for whatever was broken, and it'll help my case because, you know, we had a police report and everything else on it. And you run the risk of getting your dog killed when they shoot the fucking thing in the head. And you run the risk of them shooting the cats too, because that's what they do. And so, because you wanted to throw shit across the room, you now have a dead dog and 2 dead cats on your hands. Merry fucking Christmas.
Oh, that's nice to know.
Okay? I mean, what else can I say about that? You know?
Not a lot.
What else?
Hold on a second. Hold on. Talking to the wall.
Now you know how I feel. That's what she said. It's like talking to the wall.
You need to also deal with your father,
Okay.
and you need to apologize to Mark.
Mark was already apologized to.
Mark's not gonna listen to me.
That's not the point. You need to apologize.
Well, I'm gonna go look and I'm gonna see where I threatened to kill Mark. And he's not gonna listen to me either.
At 57 minutes in,
Yeah?
you threatened him.
It was more like an hour in.
Hold on. On that YouTube video? That's the one where I was...
Yeah. Well, I don't have all day to sit and listen to your bullshit.
I'm looking it up.
So you do this on your time.
You do this on your own time. Why? Because you know I never threatened Mark. Okay? I mentioned Mark on that video. But I never said I was going to kill him. And I really didn't either.
Not on my time.
Because you
Okay,
know,
okay.
you
And
know
why are
that I'm
looking
going
at my YouTube?
because you know I'm going to catch you in another lie here. So you're trying to save face here and not have to confront me when I catch you in a lie in real time here, right?
YouTube anyway. I thought you don't watch that.
Because, you know, other people tell me this stuff is going on.
Like who?
Yeah, like who?
Janet told me about it.
How did
Why is Janet watching this shit? How does she know about it?
she know?
Well, because when you Google things with Constantino, you're bullshit.
Why would Janet even Google Constantino, to be honest? You know, I don't know why she was Googling, try to Google. Don't give me that shit where, because let's face it here. Let's face it, I just caught you in another lie. Why would she be Googling my name anyway? Okay? And if she was Googling just Constantino or whatever, why would she be doing that? If she was trying to look you up or whatever, wouldn't you be putting in Lynn Constantino? That wouldn't link me to your. That wouldn't link her to my YouTube. Okay? Yet another lie. Yet another lie here. Stop with the lying. Enough with it. Okay?
It shows up.
Well, is she like watching my videos?
Yes.
Why? If
Well, what do you put?
if my mom once said, my mom and my dad once said, I don't watch your YouTube videos because they upset me. Okay? Don't watch them. That's bottom line. Don't watch my videos. But of course they can't help themselves. It's like me watching Barf's fucking Facebook to see when she's posting shit about me. It's like me watching the Relapse message board to see when they post about me. You know what I'm saying? They are not. They cannot practice what they preach. This is a big problem between her, my dad, and Mark. Mark especially. He can't practice what he preaches either. It's like my mom and my Uncle Mark's birthdays are coming up later this month. And you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna call their fucking asses up. And I'm gonna be like, happy birthday. Why are you calling me? Wishing you happy birthday. I don't want to talk to you. Well, I'm being the bigger man here. Maybe you should try it one of these days. Instead of telling everybody else to be the bigger man here. You know, everyone else has to be the bigger man except for them.
Your videos out there for then if you don't want people to watch them.
That's true.
Hold on.
That's true.
I don't know. Hold on. Okay, 57 minutes in. I'm watching it.
I'm watching one of my videos, and I'm trying to see what I say about Mark.
Dad on the phone. But I don't know why Janet. I don't know why she wants to sit and watch it. You know. Hello?
I'm right here.
Okay. Now let me listen to this. Okay, I will kill you. And I'm talking to Dad on the phone. Still haven't heard from Mark.
You do this on your own time. I'm not going to sit here and with.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. You're going to be called a liar in real time right now.
Waste my battery on my phone.
Okay.
That's what they make chargers for.
Do you think that's normal?
No.
Do you think that,
Define normal.
you know, do you think that maybe Don has the right to kick your ass out of the house
Stop bringing up Don.
because of that noise that you're making?
No one heard it.
How do you know?
No one was home.
How do you know?
Because I know when they're home. Because the car's out there or whatever.
That's the point, Michael.
It's the point. Yeah, it's the fucking point.
No, it's not. But you know, I'm sure the next door neighbors didn't hear it. I haven't gotten one complaint either.
Just because the police haven't shown up doesn't mean people are not complaining.
No. Why are people complaining? I don't know.
I don't know, Michael.
Don't make up situations that don't exist.
Okay.
All I do know is that you have no right
Here we go.
to be screaming like that.
Okay.
You have no right at all.
It was an off the cuff kind of thing.
It's not an off-the-cuff kind of thing. This is what you do. You do these rants.
Yeah, I do. Who cares?
I do rants on tape, on video. I talk about what I feel.
That's why you need to go to a counselor.
Yeah. So you mean to tell me that making videos isn't good? I don't see.
Not while you're sitting in your underwear.
Oh, here we go.
Okay, the underwear thing. You know why I do that? I don't do it for a shock value. I don't do it. What happens is when I go and do a video, I'm already in my underwear. I sit in my apartment in my underwear because I like being in my underwear. So when I go and do a video, it's like, screw it. I don't feel like putting on clothes to do a video. You know, it's a lazy thing, you know?
Well, if you want people to know your business and everything, you just go ahead. But it's embarrassing.
I mean, why is it embarrassing? I don't understand why it's so embarrassing. Just the underwear thing, not talking about what I talk about or anything. Why is that so embarrassing? Like if you just watch my video and you have the sound down, why is that embarrassing? Be in my underwear.
Oh. She's gonna explain it. She's gonna say it.
Well, first of all, you don't really have a swimsuit body.
So this is a body shaming thing.
Yes, it is. It's body shaming.
Yeah.
My mother just admitted that she's body shaming me.
Yeah. I mean, I remember when you were back in the day when
Here we go.
you talk about, what is it, you wanted some poster of Johnny Depp with no shirt on in his underwear, smoking a cigarette or
What?
something.
Michael,
What?
you're still going off on some tangent that no one has any idea what you're talking about.
Because I make absolutely a lot of sense here.
Well, you told me about some poster that you kept seeing at some store. And it was,
What about it?
it was like a
What does that have to do with the fact that you pulled the knife?
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Once we make progress here, she comes right back with the knife.
And you threatened to kill your father and your uncle.
Well, Mark is a piece of shit, so I don't really care about him.
I'm trying to find that now with Mark. I already.
But don't do it on my time because you'll never find it. And I don't want to be called a liar in real time here.
I already found the part where I threatened Dad. Now I'm going to apologize to him. But I mean, we're talking about this underwear thing now.
No, you're talking about it.
Okay. I just said you and Mark
You and Mark what?
on my video.
There you go.
That's all I said. What about you and Mark? I didn't
Listen to the rest of the context, Michael.
can't hear. I'm just struck. Hold on. I just said I want you and Mark. I did not say dead. I did not say killed.
All right, listen.
I didn't. You're gonna argue that? I didn't say it.
This conversation's got to be over with because you're giving me a headache. You know what you have to do.
And Mark's not, even if I said that, Mark's not going to listen to me anyway. He told me not to call him anymore. Okay? So I don't know what to do about that.
Well, then you know he's not home during the week. You leave him a message on his voicemail at home.
He said he doesn't want me calling him.
Okay, Scott.
Okay, Scott.
So, if you want me to apologize to him, and I'll do it, call him up first, ask him if it's...
And I'm not apologizing. You know, I'm just apologizing because... Whatever, I don't care. I'm apologizing to make me the bigger man here.
It's okay, and I'll do it. Because
Why should I do anything? I shouldn't have to do anything in this situation.
Because
I'm the victim here.
I'm the victim. I throw your property around, and then you try to defuse the situation. You pull a knife on me. Oh my God.
Okay. But you want me to apologize to Mark, and Mark said he doesn't want me calling him. So I have to respect that.
Respect? You have no respect for anybody.
I don't go past Mark's house. Okay? I have not been down his street. I don't go to his house. So, I mean, I guess that's kind of respect right there.
No, but Mark just goes to my house every day before work.
No, I'm sorry. I can't.
Okay, listen to me, okay? If I call him right now, at his house, and I have to leave it on the voicemail, and I get the police over here later, you're gonna bail me out, right?
Yes, for that I will.
Okay. All right. Because you told me that I have to go and apologize to Mark. Okay.
I'm being the bigger man here.
Okay.
Try it someday.
So I'm just doing what you told me to do. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll do that then. And as for Dad, what do I do? Just call him?
Yeah, but don't call him now because he's in the middle of working on the bathroom.
Yeah. Okay. I want to make this right. Okay. I just don't know how. I want to make this right. I just don't know how.
I'm trying to be the bigger man here.
Well, you need to figure it out.
Like I said, I that day I was under so much stress. I got my power turned off. That would stress anybody out pretty much.
Not really, because they would be like, okay, power's going back on tomorrow.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I didn't even know what was going on. Because I thought this was all taken care of. But anyway, the other thing that was going on was
Here we go. Wait for it.
I didn't get any time to myself that day. If you know what I mean. So that stressed me out.
This conversation is well over now.
I didn't jerk off at all that day. So, when I don't jerk off 2 to 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10 times a day, I get cranky.
Now,
Okay? So I had to go, was it probably,
Michael,
what?
I am done.
Okay?
You fix this. You know what you got to do, and I don't want to ever have this conversation again. Goodbye.
Bye.
Ow, that bright light. So, as you can see, as you can see, that's the gist of everything. Ooh, my dick's showing again. So, this is Dragon Lord Frodo, and I approve this message.